Welcome to the Macat multimedia series and to Macat's Introduction to History. History is the study of the past. It takes many forms, looking not only at particular people and critical periods, but also at great changes over thousands of years. It looks at the past from above, studying the development of states and the practice of power, and from below, seeking to recover the lives and times of those who went unrecorded in their day. Historians study continuity and change in economics and culture, gender and ethnicity, ideas, society, religion, the environment, and science. They borrow concepts and techniques from other disciplines, archaeology, sociology, anthropology. In every case, however, what they do is produce knowledge about the past. And that knowledge, in turn, helps us to understand our present. If you ever wondered why it's worth knowing history, consider how difficult it would be to take a decision about anything without knowing what happened yesterday, or how poor our knowledge of the world would be if history was policed by the state and rewritten to order as it was by Big Brother in 1984. History has been written since the days of ancient Greece. Herodotus, in his histories, and Thucydides, who wrote the history of the Peloponnesian War, took trouble to gather evidence, tried to work out what was reliable and what was not, and were fascinated by cause and effect. A few hundred years later, in China, the grand historian Sima Qian wrote history that was not paid for by the state and included accounts of everyday people as well as rulers and their generals. Caught up in the politics of the imperial court, Sima Qian also made a decision that speaks to the importance of his studies. Offered the choice between an honorable death or castration, he chose to be castrated but write history. Yet while history can claim to be among the most significant of academic disciplines, it has never developed the same core of theoretical texts, models, and required courses that other subjects have. That's because historians are endlessly confronted by complexity. They have to recognize how many different factors combine to cause events and how unique those combinations are. This also means that history is often open to a variety of interpretations. The Macat library includes examples of very different interpretations of the same events. Daniel Goldhagen's Hitler's Willing Executioners and Christopher Browning's Ordinary Men come to completely different conclusions about the causes of the Holocaust. Lucien Febvre, in The Problem of Unbelief in the 16th century, rewrote the history of Reformation-era France, inventing a toolkit of new ideas to get into the heads, the interior space, of those alive at the time. And Sir Richard Evans's In Defense of History assesses the problem at the root of all historical inquiry. How objective is our study of the past? Taken together, these analyses challenge you to test your own powers of deduction and reach your own conclusions. Elsewhere, you'll read analyses of other groundbreaking works that did more than simply tell the story of a time and place. They changed the way that all of us think. Thomas Kuhn's The Structure of Scientific Revolutions introduced us to the idea of a paradigm. Joan Scott's Gender and Politics of History suggests that sex is determined as much by language and society as by biology. And Frederick Jackson Turner's 1893 essay, The Significance of the Frontier in American History, in defining a process that helped shape American character, changed not only our understanding of America's past, but also how the country itself saw its future. Macat helps you to understand not only history, but its historians, and not only the past, but the present. Come inside to find out more. Macat. Learn better, think smarter, aim higher.